Lately, the physical motorsport world is becoming more integrated with the virtual motorsport world. An example of this is the recently renewed relationship between Mercedes and RaceRoom with their esports competition. That esports competition lets us drive the kind of not yet to be released Mercedes C63 2017 DTM car. So on this episode of Test Drive, that's what we're going to check out, the Mercedes 2017 C63 DTM car at the Hockenheim Ring. Let's take a look. Alright, the purpose here is to kind of give my thoughts and impressions. You can see I've already taken a handful of laps here, and then hopefully show you my best lap after that. And then I'm going to try my hand at the WTCC competition. Do not expect anything great. I have not put a whole lot of laps in here. I'm not changing the setup. But the main thing was at least what they stated in their press release, this new Mercedes AMG C63. So I forget to shift. And we'll just see how well we can do. In comparison, I drove the 2016 car for reference. In comparison, this one seems to have a little more on-throttle oversteer that I have to be concerned with. Just by a little bit. But the brakes seem better. At least at first impressions. Maybe when I get used to the car, or maybe I haven't taken enough laps with the other car to know that for sure, but it does feel different. I definitely feel more confident with this car too, as far as getting on the brakes, getting the car to turn in and take a set, in other words, getting the car to stick going into the turn. And in fairness, all the RaceRoom stuff, as far as DTM is concerned, is I actually enjoy. I'm not very good at it, but I like it. But man, am I way off the pace. I'm also not changing anything, but I don't think setup's going to make that big of a difference. Especially when I do stuff like that. That line that's on the track is by default. And it just kind of gives you a reference point to what your best lap was. The idea is to try and pick your lap apart so you can get better at the lap. On-throttle oversteer is manageable with this car. It starts breaking the tires loose. You do have a period of time to correct that. It definitely does not like you turning and stabbing the throttle though. And maybe there is a setup change that could fix that, but the base setup, which actually to me doesn't feel that bad out of the box, seems pretty good. Force feedback is great as always. I'm already a big proponent of RaceRoom's force feedback. Too deep. But stuff like that, I mean, I drove in too deep and I could still feel like I'm catching the car, which is always nice when a sim gives you that feeling in the car. Oop, take the curb. All in all, a nice effort from RaceRoom. Alright, well, I had no expectation of actually making the top 17. I still wanted to give it a fair shake and see what the new C63 2017 DTM car had to offer. Assuming this is kind of like a preview for the other 2017 DTM cars that will probably come in a 2017 DTM pack this year on RaceRoom. And I gotta say, this is probably my favorite iteration of the DTM car so far. For all the latest in sim racing news, you can hit up isrtv.com. You can follow me on Twitter if you like, @strange_Billy. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Test Drive.